And 2. OK Sports welcomes you to the NBA. Here are your starting lineups brought to you by State Farm. First for the Lakers, Nash out there with Kobe. And it's Dwight Howard locking down the middle. He's a superstar, no doubt. And what a huge boost for this team, night in and night out. Then there's Artest, and it's Gasol at the 4 slot. And then for the Chicago Bulls, and they've got Joakim Noah, the big man at the center. He is such an asset to this team. They love what he brings every night. Then it's Dang, and it's Boozer in at the 4-man position.
You know, the Lakers are a really good defensive team. The one key is they don't foul you. They don't send you to the line unnecessarily. Last season, they were lowest in the league in free throw attempts they gave to the opposition.
Outside Rose. Picked up by Kobe. And it's Rose missing. Going back to the Lakers defensively, part of the reason, Steve, they didn't foul is that their big men could just go straight up and bother a lot of shots inside.
Yeah, and the presence of their bigs inside allowed them to close out aggressively on the perimeter. The Lakers were the 3rd best team in the league in opponent three-point percentage because of their ability to stretch out to the three-point line defensively and funnel everybody towards those bigs.
Now let's find out what head coach Mike D'Antoni had to say to our Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, closing out on shooters and contesting shots is something they talked about over and over in their pregame rundown. He said half of the battle when facing an offense like this is just bothering them when they pull up to shoot, and that every little bit helps and hopefully will wear them down. Consistency, guys, is the key to this defense.
All right, Doris, they're probably, Clark, well aware of the firepower they're up against.
Well, Kevin, Steve, you always have to be aware of that when you're facing these guys.
Yeah, no question. If you're not prepared right from the outset, then this team will punch you in the mouth and get off to a big lead early. So they've got to be up to the task defensively.
Noah kicks to Rose. Shot clock at 6. Noah dishes to Rose. Goes up to the stripe, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Kevin, his scoring ability is valuable, really valuable. I mean, he's a guy you can rely on to knock down shots. Rose is such an unbelievably strong finisher at the rim. His explosiveness and his leaping ability and his strength in the air makes it almost unfair when you're trying to deal with that guy, especially if he's got a head of steam coming at you.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Steve Nash making his last shot.
They're coming out strong, guys. That's 4 for 5 from the field.
Feeds to Kobe. Inside to Gasol. Blocked.
Slow start here, just 1 for 5 to begin the game.
Here's Rose, and the Bulls tack on 2 more. But Clark, you nailed it about Rose. He contorts so much while airborne, but Steve always stays in control.
Well, coaches talk about the launching pad. When you let Derrick Rose get to that launching pad, he gets a head of steam and goes off at 2 feet in the lane. Forget about it. He's so strong and so athletic and just a powerful finisher for a point guard. For the Lakers, they've really struggled against Derrick Rose.
He already has 8 points and 1 steal as well. He's got more than half his team's points. Unreal.
It's like they don't even need a second or third option. I mean, he's all they need right now.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Clark comes in for Pau Gasol, and Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. Dang against Kobe. Down low, Clark. Left side, Kobe. He's picked up by Dang. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Pretty pass there, right where he needed to put it. Well, the Bulls played lockdown defense last season under their coach, Tom Thibodeau, who has been a renowned defensive coach over the years. In fact, Chicago was #1 in the league in opponents' field goal percentage. A little too much body on that one, and that's going to be a block.
Always a hard thing to judge, but I agree with you, Steve. Clearly a block.
And Rose throws it down hard. And now, here's the Spike Slam Cam replay.
So they've got the big lead early. We'll see if they can continue this momentum.
Yeah, you know, guys, they've been strong on both ends of the floor so far, and I think they can keep it up.
The Lakers making a switch here. Meeks is checked in. And Steve, that D you mentioned for the Bulls, a lot of that, I think goes to Coach Tom Thibodeau, who Clark was a long-time assistant in the NBA.
Yeah, and that's why they brought him on board, I think, Kevin. I mean, he's a defensive guru, has been since he's been in the league, and I think the results speak for themselves.
Here's Rose, following the three by the Lakers. Up off the screen. Butler passes to Dang. No good with the triple.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
That's just horrible decision. You got to be more patient with the ball.
Lakers trail by 8. It's stolen by Rose. Down goes the slam.
Impressive offensive execution to this point. That's what's gotten them this lead.
Well, it's paid off on the scoreboard, the fact that they've been together and productive offensively.
Here's Blake. He's covered by Rose. Blake kicks to Howard. 6 to shoot. Some good ball movement here.
Anticipating that pass so well. Beautifully done.
And Rose. Throws it down hard.
Well, that's a dunk you will not see very often. You won't pass that one by.
No doubt about that.
I wish he would, though. Can never see too many of those.
Blake dishes to Meeks. And here's the break. Here's Rose. And the basket is good. The call goes his way, and we could be looking at a three-point play. The Lakers making a switch here. And Rose, no good on that one. Here's Blake. He's covered by Rose. Up in time. And he beat the buzzer, but it's no good. And after just 1 quarter of play. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. Lakers trail by 14. Now Nash. And Rose picks him up defensively. Nash against Rose. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Launches a three. Shot is off. So the Bulls will take it the other way.
But it's amazing watching Noah's shot. It's so unorthodox the way he kind of spins it off the side of his hand. The ball almost has side spin on it, but it's effective. I mean, he's not a guy who you can just leave alone out there defensively. He can make a shot.
Now Rose, after Ron Artest's three-pointer that didn't go. That drops. Rose has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Bulls. Here's Nash. Steve was talking about Noah's shot, and Clark, I know you've talked about it too. What did they call it, or what did I hear him say? It was called the tornado?
Yeah, I'd like to call it a globe on its axis, the way it spins sideways. But you know what? It's unorthodox. It's not textbook,
It works,
but it
right?
is effective,
Yeah.
and that's the bottom line. It's kind of like your golf swing. You're all over the place on the backswing and coming down, but at impact, Kevin, you're right where you need to be, and that's what makes the difference.
Now,
Where are you at impact?
You talking about my backswing or just anybody's backswing?
I was actually talking about yours.
Well, I appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Ray Allen dismisses the notion that he was a born shooter. Quote, that really ticks me off. Don't undermine the work I put in every day. Not some days, every day. Ask anyone who's been on a team with me who shoots the most. The answer is me. I have chosen to zone in and focus on this. I'm of sound mind and body, 2 arms and legs like millions of other people. But the ones who want it badly enough set themselves apart. Pretty special, guys.
One of the hardest working players in the league. Thank you, Doris. Kobe's checked in for the Lakers. Butler against Nash. Butler covering. Nash the pass to Kobe. Back to Nash. Rose gets a hand on. And And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here's Butler, still looking to get on the scoreboard. Outside Rose. Kobe comes with the double team. Double team on Rose. Butler. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Butler's got his first points in this one.
Well, how happy were Bulls fans last season with the way their team played, and with good reason. The Bulls ended the year with the second best points per game differential in the entire league.
Now here's Kobe. From past the arc, count the bucket. Kobe's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. The Bulls leading by 14. You know, you're right, Steve. It's one thing to win. It's another to win with ease. Clark, that applies to the Bulls, as you mentioned.
Yes, 7.3 average margin of victory for the Bulls, and they were very close to the Heat for tops in that regard. I mean, just 0.2 of a point separated those two teams in terms of margin of victory.
And Rose picks him up defensively. And it's sent back by Noah. Now the Bulls with it. Jumps up, rips down the breakaway slam.
Yeah, he didn't try to get too cute on that one. He just simply threw it down.
Still, though, Steve, makes for a great highlight, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, anytime he dunks the ball, it's pretty to watch because he is athletic.
Nash gets to Kobe. He's covered by Deng. Just 5 to shoot. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. He's covered by Deng.
You know, it might not be the biggest margin, but don't take what they've done on the boards for granted. I mean, it's been a strong area for them in this game.
Well, you know, Clark, I mean, it all adds up. You do a little bit better job here, a little better job there, and you look up, it makes a big difference on the scoreboard.
Now Nash, after the missed three from Luol Deng. Kobe, he's covered by Deng. And here's Kobe for three. Howard is called for a loose ball foul. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Lakers. Hill comes in for Dwight Howard. And Antoine Jamison is subbed in for Ron Artest. Rose with the ball. He's got 24. Nash comes with the double team. Rose against Jamison. 6 on the shot clock. Nash against Rose.
You know, you wouldn't pin the point guard tag on him the way he throws it down like that.
No way.
Now, monster dunks like that, I mean, that's not just for big fellas, guys. I mean, little guys can do that at times, too. He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
Stolen by Jamison. Outside, Kobe. From the arc. And that one's good. Kobe's got 6 here in this quarter. He got it up. No good on that last second attempt there. So as we conclude the first half, so far, fairly one-sided.
It's Thursday night basketball.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
And one of the things you like about the Lakers, their ability to go out on the road and win. In fact, last season, they were 27-14 away from Staples Center.
Shoots from the corner, and again it's the Lakers. Here's Rose. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, it's no secret that Tom Thibodeau's defensive scheme is very detailed, often relying on statistical breakdowns. As former NBA MVP Kobe Bryant says of his schemes, the guy's a lab rat. He'll stay in there and figure things out and figure percentages out and who's doing what. He really focuses on the task at hand. Guys, it's a proven method, that's for sure.
Thank you, Doris. You can't argue with the results of Thibodeau's work ethic.
No, that's for sure. And, you know, having the success he's had as a defensive mind doesn't come by accident. I mean, this is a guy who puts in countless hours watching film and devising schemes.
And the Lakers, Clark, a smart veteran team, we know that. How much of an asset is that to winning on the road?
You can't overstate it. I mean, it's really huge, Kevin. keeping your composure, staying focused, understanding what's coming and what you need to do to seize games on the road. Some folks call it that killer instinct. And those are the things you have to be able to do, and the Lakers, quite honestly, a terrific example of all of that.
Clock at 6. Here's Kobe. That doesn't go in either for Kobe.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the boards. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead, and it shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
He's covered by Dang. And here's Kobe from the arc. They get it back. The 3. Shot's good. Kobe's got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, these threes are picking them apart. I mean, 4 out of the last 5 shots against them, all uncontested, and all are threes.
Yeah, the defense just looks uninterested right now. I mean, they're not making the effort to challenge these shots.
Gets it to go.
3 for 3. You got to like this hot start in the third quarter.
Derrick Rose, the reigning MVP, didn't take his foot off the gas pedal in last year's playoffs. He continued his outstanding play.
Outside, Kobe. Here's the 3. Kobe can't get that one to fall. Well, back to Rose in the playoffs, Clark. It seemed like each round teams would try and find ways to slow him down.
Well, yeah, Kevin, he had an answer for everybody except LeBron James. When Miami put LeBron on him during that Eastern Conference Finals series, there was nothing Rose could do. And so he's going to go back to the drawing board and continue to add to his game. He's got to continue to work on that outside shot. But, wow, and that was impressive defense by LeBron James.
Now Kobe, following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. And again, no good by the Lakers.
I don't like his body language, guys, right now. He looks like he's completely out of rhythm.
Rebounded by the Lakers.
Well, that's not really what typically happens for someone with his touch around the rim. That's a surprise.
And the Lakers with some changes. Earl Clark's checked in for Gasol. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash.
Well, Chicago really established its home record last year at the United Center. In fact, they finished with the best record at home in the Eastern Conference. That was one of the big reasons why they were the #1 overall seed in the playoffs.
Kobe, that's for 2. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. 13 points for Kobe Bryant. Now here's Rose. He's covered closely. Cannot hit.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
For 3, Kobe. Again, the miss by Kobe. You mentioned the Bulls, Steve, tied the other #1 seed, the Spurs, for the best home record in the entire league. Boy, those were 2 great teams in the regular year, Clark.
They certainly were. 36 wins in 41 tries. Just what you'd expect from a team that was so dominant at home like the Bulls were.
Now here's Kobe, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Back to Kobe. He's covered by Rose. And here's Kobe for 3. Again, the miss by Kobe.
He's frigid from 3. I don't know what's worse, that he can't hit anything from out there or that he keeps on trying to.
Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line.
You give him an opening like that one, he'll take advantage.
Great looking transition that time, guys.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Howard. Jamison comes in for Earl Clark. And it's Jody Meeks in for Ron Artest. Now here's Rose. 30 points in the game. Guarded by Blake. Rose kicks it to Noah. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists tonight. And here's Kobe for 3. Oh, he knocks it in, a beautiful buzzer beater.
Just in time.
What a way to close the quarter. Huge.
Now as we get going here in the 4th, let's send it over to Doris Burke for our Sprite Spark.
Thanks, Kevin, and you might have guessed. Derrick Rose is our bright spark. He's gotten any shot he's wanted and has been a major source of frustration for this defense. He's simply been the best player on the floor through 3 quarters, guys.
Thanks, Doris. He has made Clark a big contribution, hasn't he?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, the biggest contribution of anybody, I think.
Yeah, no question, Clark. He's been the most important player for this team.
There's the 3. Jamison, no luck.
Well, they've built a big lead here so far, and a lot of it has to do with how well they've been rebounding.
Yeah, every time they make a stop, they're securing the rebound, and that's really allowed them to get out to this lead.
Here's Meeks. He's covered by Deng. Nash outside, and they're pushing it up. Rose. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Hey, don't let that size deceive you now. He can get to the rim as good as anybody.
Well, he doesn't mess around once he gets there, that's for sure.
No, guys, he loves to throw it down with some style.
From 11 feet away, and Chicago scoring again.
They've turned it up here in the 4th quarter, and this is the right time to do that. They're extending their lead here.
And they're up by double digits now. Very solid down the stretch.
Now, here's Nash. Shot to stop the run. Offensive rebound. And Rose picks him up defensively. Nash outside. Meeks outside. Gets it to go.
Now, these wide open threes have been their undoing. You have to locate shooters and get a hand up.
Yep, you do, Steve. And even if it means having their assigned defenders staying at home on 3-point shooters, I mean, that would be a worthwhile strategy to pursue because you don't want to give good shooters open threes.
Rose up on top, defended by Nash. Double team on Rose. With 1 on the clock. No luck. And it's the Lakers taking it the other way. Nash against Rose. Rose against Nash. Here's Meeks. Jacks up a 3. That doesn't go either for Nash.
A humongous lead for him here. I mean, they've really done a good job of controlling the flow of the game.
Yeah, and I think it's the rebounding they have to thank for that, Clark, because it's really set the tone in this contest.
Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Some changes for the Lakers. Al Gasol is checked in for Clark. Artest comes in for Antoine Jamison. And Kobe is subbed in for Jody Meeks. Rose double teamed. Guarded now by Nash. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got 38 points.
This is a very steady performance offensively for him.
And the Lakers call time here. They're trailing by 22. 1:44 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Kobe. He's covered by Deng. And here's Kobe. He's picked up by Deng. 6 to shoot. Kobe against Deng for 3. Kobe, nice D from Deng.
Oh, he's just launching from the 3-point line right now because I don't like his shot selection at all.
Now Rose, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Boy, I tell you, Joakim Noah wasn't a sure thing coming out of Florida as far as GMs were concerned. I mean, they weren't sure about how his fiery style of play would translate to the NBA, but I think he's been outstanding.
Outside Rose, doubled by Howard. Double team on Rose, kicks it to Butler. Noah dishes to Rose. Snatched up. Boozer kicks to Rose. Fade away. And again, Chicago. No good. Howard with it.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, and you know also, Steve, it'll be interesting to see if they get that focus back.
Well, you're right on that, Clark, about no. He did win the 2 national championships down in Gainesville, but he almost appeared a little bit, you just didn't know what you were going to get.
Right.
But now the numbers last year, 12 points, 10 rebounds with good percentages.
That's strong.
And Steve, that's what you want from your center.
Yeah, Kevin, I don't think Noah's effectiveness always shows up in the stats because it's his energy and his aggression and his emotion that he brings that really makes a big impact for the Bulls. They're really starting to lose their way out there, guys.
Yeah, they are. I think they look a little demoralized to me, Steve. I mean, that's just a silly, unnecessary error right there.
And there's the defensive 3-second call.
Chicago ball.
And no good on the technicals, so unable to pick that one up. Here is Rose. Stolen by Artest. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin.